Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, I rise today not in opposition, but in observation. I heard a bill presented yesterday in committee, HB 2806. This bill offers scholarships to young women pursuing degrees in science, technology, engineering, and math at Illinois public universities, fitting for Women's History Month. It's a good bill. It opens doors. It helps close gaps in fields where women have been historically underrepresented and underestimated. Let's also call this bill what it is. It's diversity, it's equity, and it's inclusion. And it was filed by the House GOP. It is, by its very definition, DEI. The same DEI that many in this chamber and many of our Republican colleagues have spent the last year criticizing, undermining, and trying to roll back. The same DEI that President Trump has attacked with executive orders, stripping away workplace protections, dismantling inclusion programs, and trying to take this country backwards to a time when opportunity was reserved just for a few. But here in this body, I was heartened to see that my Republican friends filed a bill that does exactly the opposite. This bill will use public dollars to help young women who have been historically shut out of STEM fields to get access to opportunity. That is not political theater, my friends. That is equity in action. With this new revelation of GOP support for DEI, I looked through some bills last night to see if I could find more. And I realized quickly that HB 2806 isn't the only GOP DEI bill. HB 2541 recognizes an underserved disability community and addresses a gap in disability inclusion. HB 1729 supports career path equity by expanding access to technical training, scholarships, and removing financial barriers for diverse or disadvantaged youth. SB 238 expands economic inclusion by addressing adding veterans to Illinois' minority business enterprise law. Let's be honest, you do believe in DEI. You believe in excellence and equity. You believe in lifting up people who have been historically left behind, and I'm glad that we agree on that. Now, for me, this bill, 2806, isn't just about policy, it's personal. I don't have any daughters, but I did grow up with 4 sisters, and 2 of them earned college scholarships in science fields. I saw firsthand what happens when opportunity meets talent and when systems help people rise instead of holding them back. And I'm proud to say that I went to Morgan Park High School on the south side of Chicago, where Leader Evans was my classmate, the alma mater of Dr. Mae Jemison, the first Black woman to travel into outer space, a rocket scientist from my neighborhood, from my school, and from the streets that I walked. She graduated from high school at 16 years old, and in 1973, she had to leave home to attend Stanford University because that's where her opportunity was. But imagine if programs like the one imagined in HB 2806 existed back then. Maybe she could have stayed here, maybe she could have gone to the University of Illinois, maybe the path to the stars could have started with state-funded support for her brilliance right here at home. This is why this matters, in theory and in practice. So yes, I support this Republican DEI bill, and I'm hopeful that this moment means we're ready to work together, not just for women in STEM, but for veterans in the workplace, and for Black, Latino, and Asian Illinoisans trying to enter industries and institutions that have historically shut them out. Because real equity is not selective. It doesn't just stop when it's politically convenient. It lives in principle. And if we're serious about building a stronger Illinois for everyone, that should be our starting point, not our exception. Now that we are on the same team, I look forward to hearing more of my Republican colleagues push back against their national party and the Trump DEI attack. I'm glad to know that henceforth, they will be standing with us to push back against the clumsy, chaotic, and callous actions of the Trump administration on DEI. It's proof that when it comes to opportunity and fairness, we can find common ground, even in uncommon times. Let's work together. Let's make diversity real again. Let's make equity work again. And let's make inclusion great again. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.